Node operator incentives. Here comes mining. All right. So you need some way to inspire people to run nodes. And Bitcoin started with this proof of work. So the idea here is everybody runs a node, and what you're trying to do is basically win Bitcoin. And from the law of averages, you can feel pretty assured of getting a certain amount of income by running a node. You're just trying to solve a puzzle at random. And I think everybody's familiar with it. It uses a lot of power, uses a lot of electricity, takes up a big corner of his garage. Proof of stake is seen as like a good alternative to this, right? So the idea here is instead of basing it on how much horsepower you bring, it's gonna feel more like a bank account, right? So you run a node and you're basically gonna deposit some cryptocurrency there, and you will earn rewards based on how much of that stake you've put there. So gets rid of the hardware, makes the hardware much simpler, and it gets rid of the wasteful aspect of mining. Finally, I put it in quotes. This is my own term because I don't know if there's a term for it yet. I call it proof of node. Especially in the industrial blockchain world, what I'm seeing is that you don't really need to. If you've got business partners agreeing, we're going to track the shipment of pork from farm to table on this blockchain, and everybody agrees, and they will be willing to run a node to participate in the system. That's it. You don't get anything else. It's the price of entry is running the node. So this one gets pretty complicated too in terms of a little bit of who do you believe and let's see what happens. But proof of work is pretty proven as a way to secure a blockchain and make sure that no one person can kind of come in and manipulate things. Proof of stake, less proven. Ethereum actually considered launching as a proof of stake platform, and they gave up on it in the time. In 2014, they launched proof of work. They're still proof of work. They're still trying to become proof of stake. It's kind of a holy grail because it's massive efficiency, but it needs to be secure. And not to get into too much depth, but one thing is like if somebody has a ton of the money, the cryptocurrency, more than half of it that's out there being staked, they can kind of control the network. So there's a number of questions around it. Proof of node, I think, is going to work very well. In industrial applications, doesn't work in the wild, right? Where you can't trust people to do what they're supposed to do. So that's kind of the trade-off there is everybody wants to get out of mining if they can.
So proof of work's working at the moment. What's to stop that from changing? I mean, we've got massive industrial complexes doing Bitcoin mining in certain parts of the world now. What's to say that some government doesn't take over a few of those and get a few thousand servers and ultimately overall take over 51% of the market?
There's nothing to stop that from happening. I mean, what there is to stop that from happening is a competitive environment. I mean, there is a concern. I don't know if anybody knows this number. I've heard that the 51% of the power is already in China. I don't know. But it is a problem if more than half the network colludes. The good news is the amount of horsepower behind Bitcoin right now is huge. But yeah, you never know. Quantum computing, can it bring something that just blows this out of the water? I would consider it an unresolved question. Other questions here? Thank you for that.